I didn't really want to speak about this topic, but I guess we have to. The cheating problem in chess. I've
Yeah,
rewatched.
I was surprised that we held out for so long. But yeah, I think it is an integral part of chess, sadly, nowadays. And yeah, but the thing is, I talked like, if I may start with something, like, I remember, I don't remember if it was uh, Singfield Cup 2022 or 2023, but anyway, at some point, or maybe, okay, at some tournament, I said, after, like, we every dinner basically for 5 days we were talking about cheating, and at some point I said, enough, we should try to find one night where we don't speak about cheating and we talk about something else. And then, like, maybe 30 minutes later, I deviated on the topic myself. So, it's inevitable, even with the best intentions. You cannot not talk about cheating.
Yeah, unfortunately, these days it's like that. I remember I rewatched your episode with Fabian Christian, C Squared, before this recording of ours. And I saw that you indicated the number of cheaters in Title Tuesdays as 30%, which is quite a high number, even by most players' standards.
It was an estimation, of course, and but also I think there's many factors here. So, like, of course, if you're a cheater, you're not gonna cheat in every game, far from it, because otherwise you're getting caught. Like, even if you cheat one game out of two, you're getting caught. So we're talking about players who will cheat maybe one game per tournament, or maybe even less. And of course, when I say one game, it would be moments, yeah, because this is the sort of cheating that, of course, will take more time for chess.com to understand and to catch, and because they are catching some guys and even some top guys. So, of course, I've talked with Chess.com, and we had this question, like, for instance, I remember I was thinking in a way and we talked with Chess.com about the idea of that we run some test games and to see what the algorithm would detect. If in training games with another top player, we start cheating at some moments, and we would see what the algorithm would find suspicious. But not only it's difficult to put in place, but then, didn't feel very right, and it is time consuming as well. But of course, it would be one of the solutions to realize what's going on. But in the end, we didn't do it. I know that Fabiano was not comfortable at all with the idea. I was a bit more, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to do it with someone I don't trust 100%. Simply because I think we can also use that to our advantage if we decided to cheat later on, and knowing more about the algorithm. So it's a difficult topic, cheating online, but in general, what is there to do? And yeah, I mean, I said 20 to 30% cheaters in Title Tuesday. I think I'm right, because, in many tournaments I've played, I have not played recently because I didn't need to, because I was playing so much that I didn't need the training. But I remember there were many games I was not feeling comfortable. So, like, the last few times I played, at least 1 or 2 games per tournament, I wouldn't feel comfortable. So if I don't feel comfortable, it means, like, basically 15 to 20% chance the guy cheats in that game. In the end, there's a good chance that there are many players cheating from time to time. Of course, it's also hard to judge because the level in Blitz improved significantly in general. Also thanks to Title Tuesday, because players start playing against top players every week and they improve as a result. It's normal. So, what is normal and what is not normal is sometimes the border is hard to catch. And but yeah, first of all, this is clear. And also, I don't want to talk about any player in particular, because of course, like, we saw, we also Vladimir recent accusation with Dania, and I don't want to elaborate on that because to try to catch one player itself, it's almost impossible. So I just look at it as a collective, like, and this is why, 20 to 30% is huge. So, for every individual player, there's a chance, there's not a chance. Okay, it doesn't matter as long as we don't have the technology to actually catch 100% every individual case, which looks impossible in the near future.
Yeah, it's sad. Maybe the AI will help us with that. But I really liked the fact that you're not overconfident. I wanted to say that you even though you say sometimes you don't you don't feel that everything is okay during the game, you feel like suspicions. You say it's like 15 to 20% the guy is cheating. So you are not like saying 100% the cheater. Everything is understood.
No, I mean, it's impossible to be overconfident, but it's possible to be confident in the fact that there is a significant number of people cheating, because everyone agrees on this. So, but of course, if a player was cheating every game, he would already be banned. This is clear. Like, even
you
if
also
Magnus
wanted to respond to AI
to cheat every game to AI. Okay, there's like, for all that Vladimir has said recently, I think there's one interesting part, mostly. I mean, because cherry picking moves gets a bit annoying. Like, I can also cherry pick moves of myself, which could probably be suspicious. I mean, if you play 10,000 games, one move will feel unnatural. Sometimes it's played for the wrong reasons as well. Okay, I mean, you're gonna have, but the eye movement, if you have solid technology that works, could actually be something. This may be one way towards a solution, but of course it would need to be very, very, very controlled and thoroughly checked. But it could work. But of course, in Title Tuesday, you don't have cameras, so and you don't want to implement cameras for Title Tuesdays because it's technologically too annoying for players who just want to have a good time. There's some money involved, but it's not that much. So, Champion Chess Tour, we need cameras. Title Tuesday, we don't. I mean, or maybe we do for the players who are, let's say, suspicious. That's chess.com policies on this. So, tracking eye movement could be a start to something. But then the question is if the cheaters could adapt and just have something to cheat that doesn't require a tool to move their eyes. Okay, that's another story. But, at least that's the only takeaway I had from the recent interactions. I didn't watch too much because at some point, I get fed up talking about cheating. And also, actually, I had a long talk with Vladimir and Kevin on cheating in chess early in February, and it was an interesting talk. But we disagree on the fundamentality that you cannot directly accuse one specific player, and especially you cannot ban him. You can accuse, I mean, publicly is already a borderline, but you can accuse, but in a sense should be done privately, and before banning there should be many measures taken, unless you're 100% sure. But when it comes to online chess, you cannot be.
Yeah, and finally, I wanted to ask you a classical question already of this podcast. Where would you put yourself on a scale from 0 to 100 in terms of your optimism or pessimism towards the cheating problem? If 100 is a guy like Kramnik who is convinced that very, very, very many people are cheating, and 0 is a person who believes that there are no cheaters at all and there's not a problem.
I would say around 70, because first of all, I mean, I view online cheating as a problem. This is for sure, but there's already a lot being done, a lot that you cannot really change, and in the end, it's not what matters the most. And it, fully well that when you play online, there's a chance your opponent is cheating, because it's always technologically gonna be possible. And not really risky for the guy unless he starts cheating every game. So that's one thing. And of course, Chess.com algorithm catches some guys, so it's not completely safe, but we have to rely on the good faith of our opponents. And the good thing is many players I'm absolutely convinced about their good faith. Some I'm less convinced, but okay, you need to play in the state of mind that everyone's playing fair and whatever happens happens. When it comes to over the board, so recently there's been some cases of things looking a bit dodgy or whatever. Again, you cannot take it. But for instance, when we saw, for me, my issue is that some guys have been caught. Basically, the guys who have been caught, and the most recent one is someone I would never have suspected. I mean, okay, there's still an investigation ongoing, but it doesn't look promising. It's Kirill Shevchenko. And I would not have suspected him, but also the way he got caught, if it's the way he cheated, is absolutely idiotic. Of course you're gonna get caught. But there are ways to cheat that would require a bit more technological processes, but that are completely available and that would be less risky. And I feel like you cannot catch 100% of the cheaters, but for me, it feels like we're catching 0% because in a way we're catching only the obvious ones. And there must be some, I don't believe you can have caught 100% of the guys. That's not possible in any sport. If you caught the obvious guys, it means you have not caught any of the, sophisticated guys. And that's an issue for the future if we don't solve it. For instance, it's like if someone is doping with EPO after it's been banned and recognized for 10 years, or if someone uses a new substance that is not found, or someone manages to trick the biological passport in cycling and so on, or at some point they had engines running in the bicycles that were, and they're trying to fight, but what I mean is we don't know what is the technological advancement of potential players cheating and over the board, but it could happen, and this is what to me looks like the more serious issue for chess.
Yeah, OTB cheating does seem like an extremely dangerous problem, but let's hope that the measures get tighter and that people will start catching.
Measures got tighter, and it does bring dividends. You feel like the podcast delay now became completely normal. Before that, the organizers didn't like it, understandably, but it's just necessary. And of course, the checkings with metal ones got a lot tighter. There's they use thermal cameras, so there's it would require now more technologically advanced items to cheat, but I believe it should still be possible. I would like to see a really high profile case happening, and also some guy with some really advanced material, because also there was some case in the past, I think it was in Australia, of some guy who was basically recognized, because we're talking about maybe 1700s strengths, and the guy was winning every tournament he was playing. And at some point they discussed with him and they said, okay, we have to search you. They searched and they couldn't find anything. And then I think the clincher was when they looked him through and they saw that he was doing a doctorate in microchips. And then they came to him and they said, we're gonna talk with your director of thesis or whatever, so please just stop, because we know what you're doing and it's impossible to be playing so well. The guy was raising enormous flags. There are some ways to cheat technologically, that's for sure. We can think about implants, we can think, I'm not really well versed into this, so I'm not gonna speak about it simply because I don't have the knowledge, but it's clear some things are possible. In every sport, that's always a struggle between, once you realize that people are not going to be morally that high and never cheat, because now we know there's cheating and there is motivation to cheat, that chess doesn't have the moral high ground that some people believed there would be. I never thought so. So now that we have established that, we finally did the right measures. Maybe we did more. We'll see. Anyway, in the future, I hope that we can find solutions to, at the very least, hinder this problem and to make chess playable without having to play in a Faraday cage or something, because that would be way too extreme.
Yeah, naked in Faraday cage.